What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Into Geek podcast. I am Andrew, joined by Chase.
Hello.
On today's show, we are finally going to pay up. We are doing you pick it, we watch it. We lost the Golden Globes, so we had to watch a show and a movie. One was better than the other.
One was say that.
We were going to do a double feature today because Chase had also introduced a movie and Allison introduced a show for us to watch, but Allison has a migraine, so she would not be here today. And so we thought we would just save that for next week to do like a double up then. But before we can do anything, we got to play the intro for YouTube. Allison definitely has a migraine because of CATS, which we will get into. Yes. So one of our winners named Cheezy picked a show for us, and that was Brockmire. Do you want to do that first, or do you want to do Rachel's pick, which was the movie CATS?
We can start with Brockmire.
So you want to start good, and then...
Yeah, I mean, Cheesy won, so he should go first. Bad. He was the number one.
All right, let me change this up real quick. All right. So for those who don't know, Brockmire is a show starring Hank Azaria and Amanda Peet. He plays a disgraced baseball commentator who got drunk in the booth, and he went on a tirade about his wife, who's a whore.
Yes.
And it is set up so well in the very beginning. It's so great. And I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed the show so much that I'm already in like season 2.
Yeah, I started the second season today. The first episode's really good. I think it was probably the second episode that really got me in.
Okay, yeah. Which thing?
The one where they're doing the superstitions, so they start
having sex or whatever. Yeah,
but it's just like he's on top of her, and he's like a radio commentator, and he's just like, Brockmire lines up in the missionary position and stuff, and it's so funny. And,
I love it. So, guys, he talks in that baseball old timey announcer voice at all times, and so he'll outwardly narrate sometimes. And so during the sex scene, he's just like, and Brockmire lines up right here. Oh, and that's a finger in the ass. He wasn't expecting that, but he's into it. And I agree that made me laugh. I like a lot. It was really funny, and then you just kind of like you lean into it, and it has almost like a Bad Santa a little bit, where he's such a drug addict, a sex addict, and it's funny because he starts off as this person who's very, very conservative and normal, but once his wife, so he walks in on his like anniversary of his wife pegging his neighbor, which in the show is called like Lucy, I think, or something, but he's being like Lucied, which is basically his wife had a strap on, and which in the opening he actually begins to explain it, and so there's all these scenes with these kids like hearing him explain the strap on and stuff, and so but ever since then, like 7 years later, he's gone off the deep end, and he's gone to like Cambodia and had sex with like transvestites, and
he's like calling like different sports in different countries around the world.
Yeah. He starred in like a random like show, whatever, where he's like this weird James Bond type, and it's great. So so basically, Amanda Peet
it was great, by the way. I wish she was really more stuff. I mean, she's good. I think everything she does. Like I've always big fan of hers,
and she's aging so well.
Yeah, she looks beautiful,
so good in this.
I think like the first thing I ever saw her in might have been The Whole Nine Yards.
Yeah.
And you can see her boobs in that, which is cool.
You do. And what's funny is that I actually find her more attractive in this than I did in that. I mean, because I watched that and she was cute and everything. And like,
her smile,
17.
She's got a great smile.
Yeah, and like Paul, our friend or whatever, he was always like really like into her or whatever. But like I think she's aged incredibly or whatever. And her character basically owns this like really small town team.
She's a bar, or she owns a bar.
Owns a bar as well, and she's taking out this terrible loan to basically pay for everything, whatever. And it's got all these like crazy, like contract stipulations in it and stuff or whatever. And so he comes in and he wants to kill himself, and she says, "Okay, well, you can't kill yourself because you haven't seen everything." And up the bat is this large man, and Brockmire's just like, this must be the fattest man I've ever seen in my entire life. And that's saying something, folks. Babe Ruth was fatter. And he just, like, the next guy up is another fat guy. And they keep getting pegged in like the stomach and getting walked or whatever. And so he decides not to kill himself because she promises to have more like crazy stuff like that or whatever. And then they start winning. And then they had the whole like, that they got drunk and had sex or whatever. And then, of course, he like messes it up because he, doesn't want to do things and stuff or whatever.
He also has a 17-year-old kid.
Yes.
Who's like his producer, kind of like.
Yeah. Tyrell Jackson Williams
plays Charles. Yeah.
Plays Charles. And he's also great.
He's great. I mean, it's so funny because like he's 17. He's a 17-year-old black kid. And like he knows about technology. He's a nerd. He's awkward. Hates baseball. Thinks it's boring as can be. And then Brockmire's like, I guess, almost fathering him in some kind of way.
So it's funny because they actually mentioned that, and then Charles like, no, I kind of view you almost like a best friend. Like he's like, God damn it, I also agree with you there. Just like, and he's trying to get him like out of his shell, but he's so vulgar or whatever, but he's also kind of woke a little bit, because like like he's into like people being gay and he doesn't care about any of that stuff.
Sexually, like go for it.
He's totally into it. So he's not like this like closed-minded jack off or anything. He's just really, really selfish. He's just so it's as if you took Bad Santa or whatever, but he wasn't a racist piece of shit. He was just like a drunk piece of shit instead of whatever.
Like, I mean, he went through some personal stuff and it just one of the MVPs I actually think of the show is, if you're a fan of sports stuff, is Joe Buck.
Joe Buck, yeah.
Joe Buck is hilarious.
It's not just like in Joe Buck though. I mean, like
there's
a whole bunch of guys or whatever. And so I agree. I think if you're, I've always felt that baseball is one of the most easy to romanticize sports. Even though I don't like baseball at all, I can watch baseball in movies. It's such a climatic thing. It's just it's just like a guy, there's like a pitcher and a batter. It's such like this like movie moment thing or whatever.
Especially because like when you're the batter, you're by yourself. Like you are part of yourself. But like when you're a pitcher and you're a team when you're playing defense and stuff like that. Really.
But it's just like like if you think of like the like natural where like he hits it and he
busts the lights
whatever, or like Bull Durham,
there's Field of Dreams,
tons
of great baseball movies. Little Big League, Angels in the Outfield.
Even
Rookie of the Year,
Major League. It's like it's such a sleep, which this also kind of reminded me of a little bit of whatever. It has a lot of that like kind of serious, kind of not serious feelings to it. But at the end of that, it's all about fucking wild thing. Who's been terrible the entire movie or whatever, and he comes in, he's got like glasses with like crossbones on him or whatever. I don't know. I was very happy that Cheesy
chose this. Yes,
chose this. I think I'd heard about it at some point, and I was like, oh, it's baseball. I don't really care.
Hadn't even heard of it. So
yeah, I mean, like Hank Azaria is a funny guy.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah, he does a lot of voices and stuff like that.
Simpsons, whatever.
I don't think I've ever actually like heard his real voice. I don't know what it sounds like.
I've seen him. He's in Friends, right? Like,
but I think he's like he's doing a character and it's a voice. Still.
Yeah, because and then he's in Mystery Men as well.
Yeah,
as the like, blue something where he's like tossing forks at people and stuff.
But even then, I think he has like a voice in that too. I don't think that's
but yeah, so basically, what I kind of like about it is it doesn't go in the route that you expect it to go. Yeah. So when the show started, I was fully thinking, okay, so this is just all about him helping this team grow. And the town, is going to start getting like him fans and more money and stuff, whatever. And then eventually something else has. But no, I mean, the first season, it immediately he gets a chance. He gets the fuck out of there.
And like, also, I thought like if they were like, I was watching the episode, I was like they were going to do a love interest, and they just went straight to it, like right away. Second episode, boom, they're a couple. Like they don't build up to it. It's just
which I like because it allows them to get that like out of the way early, to where now it lets her be like a character now as opposed to like other things. And then it's nice that like Charles is. like at some point you thought that maybe he would get into baseball, but like he just doesn't. He's like he hates baseball, and it's great. Whatever. There's a scene when he gets left at the stadium by himself, and he's lying with this girl and telling her that like he owns a team in the stadium or whatever, and he starts getting a hand job, and he sees a person light the field on fire, but like he doesn't know if he should tell her to stop, so he just sits there like, oh, I don't know what to do. It's very like well written, well paced comedy or whatever. I
don't know, like when Joe Buck's like, it's like, I'm so famous right now, I don't even have to ask for things. They just come to me, and then like a dude just brings them a drink and like he just holds out his hand. He plays like, I'm sure, a very big caricature of himself. Whatever. And that's great. He just has fun with it because I mean we only see like Joe Buck calling NFL games and stuff like that. So to see like,
and like a lot of baseball fans hate him.
I think he did baseball first and then he went to NFL.
To football. I mean, what's crazy is that there's a scene, I don't know if it's like I think it's in season 1, where after he got into like all this trouble, you know, and went to hiding, his friends found out that like, you know, he was back, and so they like called him to have a lot like this, like, you know, memorial for him and stuff, whatever. And you're kind of thinking, oh, they're all gonna shit on him probably, but instead it was just like a really like nice.
They really respect him and like him and stuff.
And then he got up there and he starts talking, and you're thinking, oh, okay, like, you know, he's gonna like, you know, turn it around or something, you know, whatever. And instead he just plays into being a drunk, and they still love him, you know. So I like that. It doesn't have that traditional feel of writing that like, you know, you've been there before, you know, and everything. So I definitely think if you are a baseball fan, you'll enjoy it. If you just like kind of like vulgar,
a little vulgar humor and stuff like that.
I mean, like, you know, Hank Azaria is very good in this. MMP, I think that there's like 4 seasons, and they're on Hulu.
You know, it's actually really quick. They're about 23 minutes an episode. 8 episodes a season, so you can go right through it. Like I literally almost watched the whole thing yesterday.
I mean, I think I knocked out like 6 episodes in like one day, because it's only like eight episodes per season or something or whatever.
I mean, you can knock it out.
But I mean, like it just the humor is just good. I don't know. It's just different. I like it or whatever. And the cast overall is great as well. So I think
his wife is such a whore.
She's such a whore. Chase hasn't gotten there yet, but there is season 2. He goes to a funeral and his dad dies, and his wife ends up, you know, like popping up and stuff for him, whatever, and she stays, and he gets this fucking note from his dad, and he goes there and he's written this like beautiful baseball eulogy or whatever, and it's all about like George Brett and just all these things or whatever, and his sister's like, man, like, you know, he was a fucking asshole, you know. I mean, he's like, and she's like, yeah, well, yeah, you know, I get that, but it's a funeral. She goes, oh, but look here. This is a letter he wrote before he died about you. If you still want to say all those nice things, I understand. And it starts off and it's just like, hey there, fuckface. It's just like, I didn't know that I could hate a child until I fucking met you as a baby. And it's just fucking awful. And so afterwards, he like leaves the you know, funeral and stuff, and then like and his wife comes out, right? And he's so sad, and it's in the rain, and she goes, well, would it make you feel better if we like you went like and had sex? And it's just like, are you horny like all the time, man? And she's like, yes, all the time. He's like, well, as much as it pains me, because I would love to, like, you know, go and show you what the last 7 years of my life have like, you know, taught me. We need so far. Like, I don't think I can take on the, like, you know, the like emotional weight of having sex with you and my father's fucking letter in one day. It's just great, man. So it's totally worth the watch. I feel like I want to drag this out more, so we don't have to talk about Cats, but let's just get into it. The train wreck that is Cats, and I had hoped that I would never have to watch it.
I was like, it never really appealed to me. I like musicals and stuff like that. Like Hamilton's good. I saw the one about the Wizard of Oz, Wicked. Like, it went and saw that. I've seen Rent. I've seen Phantom of the Opera. Like, I've seen a lot of different like operas and musicals and stuff. Cats sucks.
Yeah, it was not good.
Like, I'm trying to think of one. Hold on, real quick. Can you think of one like redeeming good quality about the film? You got anything good?
I have a couple things. A couple things written down here. So let's just start it out. All right. So the movie starts with a musical number that is not catchy.
All right. I don't think there's one catchy song. There's not one
besides Memories.
I don't think that was catchy. I didn't even recognize
spoilers.
Nah,
but that's the only one that like is even kind of redeemable. The others are all pretty bad.
This morning, I have a 4-year-old daughter. I watched a Barbie movie that's on Netflix, and it had better music than Cats. I'm serious.
The one where they're in the train is not bad. I forget how it goes, but that one didn't make me want to tear off my ears. So it starts off and there is a white cat and she is in a bag and she gets Victoria, and she is tossed away, and you get this really nonsensical, weird musical number. And the only thing that I can keep hearing is the word Jellicle.
Yeah.
Jellicle. And I'm like,
if you had to watch this again, like you would have to turn it into a drinking game where every time they say the word Jellicle, you drank, you would be shit-faced by the end of this movie because they say it all throughout the movie. We had to stop the movie and look up the word Jellicle because we had no clue what it meant.
Okay, so like normally I can watch a musical and get enough out of the song and then hear them speak and then kind of understand what's going on. I didn't know what the fuck was happening in this movie until an hour and 20 minutes in. I was like, oh, they're trying to go to a ball. Okay.
Yeah, they're like, someone's going to be chosen.
I had no idea because every time a new character shows up, it's a new song about that character.
And then but that was all the songs. It was like new character, song, new character, song, and it's just repeated.
Yes,
all throughout the movie.
So she shows up and all these cats pop out and sing or whatever and stuff, and then she just starts hanging out with them, and you find out that like Idris Elba, who wears a hat and a coat for some reason. I couldn't understand why certain cats wore clothes and some didn't wear clothes. It was very, very weird. And also he's wearing fur. So did he skin another animal like and make a coat out of it? Like it's
I have no clue what world they're in because sometimes they're like the same sizes and stuff, but then sometimes like the chairs are really big. So I have no clue what's going on.
First of all, the first thing I wrote down was creepy. It's so creepy. This like anthropomorphic cat people, whatever, because they look like humans. They have fur, like they don't look like fucking cats.
Like I can't tell. Like I still can't figure out how the CGI works. Like, is it their face and then they CGI the cat body to them, or are they wearing cat suits and then like it's CGI their face to it? I can't figure it out.
I think it was all like motion capture. I think that they had like those like dots and stuff on their faces, and then took off that and then put it on to like bodies and stuff or whatever. But it's weird because their noses are just noses, so
they're not
just
cat noses.
So from like their eyebrows to their lips, it's like a human. And then if you pull out a little bit, it's a weird cat creature or whatever. So it makes no fucking sense when you're looking at the damn thing. But, I agree. The size is so inconsistent throughout all of it. It's so weird. So you meet Idris Elba, who's named
McCavity
or something. And he, I think, is trying to become the Jellicle one or something. And so we meet Rebel Wilson's character, who is just Rebel Wilson. I don't know why they didn't like let her do something else. Right? No, you're just gonna fall down a lot and be like.
I mean, that's all the characters.
So
Corbin's
silly. So she does that and then comes out of her window or like her little house, and then like Idris Elba apparates her or something or whatever, right? And then you meet the next person, which I think is Rum Tum.
Yeah.
Right. And then he has like a very sexual fucking song. Like, I don't know what's going on here, but like I got the feeling that every cat wanted to like fuck each other. That that was like super awkward.
I couldn't figure out. Like there was some cats that I guess were stealing stuff. Like they went into.
Yes. Okay. So
that's like the twins, whatever.
I had to look up on Wikipedia afterwards to know what the hell happened in this movie. So those two cats are their owners own it or whatever, but that they like to fuck with them, and so they let.
So they're like the cats just knock stuff off.
Yes, and so they're just like terrible cats. Over. And then
there's Jennifer Hudson's cat.
Jennifer Hudson, who I guess at some point went with Idris Elba's character, and so now everybody's turned on her.
Yeah.
And that's what her whole song Memories is about. It's about back when people actually liked her and stuff or whatever. And it's such a sad song that she becomes the Jellicle one at the end.
Yes.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
And then you meet James Corden's character, who's just a big fat person who likes to eat, which I think.
Yeah, like I feel like this movie shames fat people a little bit. Like,
Yeah, so he has and he's also wearing clothes in the beginning. He has like a top hat and a coat and shit and stuff, whatever. And then he starts to sing, and then he gets thrown into like a trash can hole or something or whatever. Yeah. And then he's gone. And then you finally get to go to the like Jellicle Ball, and everybody's like dancing. Now I'll say this. So I think all of the fur looks good.
Yeah, to the most part.
Yeah, I mean, like in terms of like how it like interacts with light and everything or whatever, and I mean, like it looks well. It just it looks so fucking creepy at the same time. Like it just doesn't look like a fucking cat or a person. It's weird, man. So you go into there, and there's like all these dance numbers, and so like I was like, okay, cool. Like fucking dance is dope. So,
I mean, I know you like the dances.
I do.
I would say that was the only thing kind of good with some of the choreography. Yeah. I probably think it's probably better on stage watching the choreography compared to like a movie. I don't know. Like I think it's better to watch it live than on film or something like that.
Well, it's also fucking weird because it's like, okay, so it came out. Okay, so how long? Did Andrew Lloyd Webber also do Phantom of the Opera,
right? He might have. He's done a lot of stuff. I mean,
like I just feel like there was so much cocaine involved in this fucking play. Like it's, like, I'm pretty sure that's right?
I don't know. I know the director of this movie did The King's Speech. So literally, like,
are you sure?
Yeah,
Tom Hooper.
Yeah, he did The King's Speech. So he won Best Oscar in 2000, Best Picture of the Year. So like he started out the decade like best movie, and then this came out, and he's ending like the decade with the worst movie because it's awful.
Well, he also did Les Mis as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so Andrew Lloyd Webber did The Music of the Night, All I Ask of You, The Phantom of the Opera, I Don't Know How to Love Him, Jesus Christ Superstar, Don't Cry for Me Argentina, Roma Vida,
Don't Cry for Me Argentina.
Joseph,
it's only one line.
Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Never seen that one.
Okay, hold on. No. He wrote all those musics. I need to like his actual.
I don't know, but I'll say like Sir Ian McKellen is in this movie. Now this is the guy.
I don't know why.
This is the guy who's Magneto. He's Gandalf. This movie's so bad they should revoke his sirness. Okay, that's how bad this movie is. Like it needs. Take it away. Like, I don't think I'm ever going to call him Sir Ian McKellen. It's just Ian McKellen. If
anybody ever wondered if he was gay, you just gotta like watch it. Like he's in Cats.
Yeah. But I know was it Judi Dench? Is that
yes?
Okay,
Sir Dame.
Sir Dame.
Lady Dame.
Lady Dame. I know like she was in like the original like when it first came out.
Oh no shit.
But she like broke her ankle or something like that, so she couldn't do it anymore. And that's one reason why I think they called her back, because she plays old
Deuteronomy.
Yeah, and like in the play, whatever, or the musical, whatever, that's actually a guy character. They changed it to a female, and so like that's kind of a cool callback. Like her career went full circle a little bit.
What was she like originally?
What she was, I don't know, one of the cats. I don't know.
Oh, not like a main character or anything.
She, I think she was one of the main. Like I think she got a song, but I don't know which cat she was. I mean, honestly, like I honestly think like watching Friends and like Phoebe's Smelly Cat was a better song than any song that was in this. I mean, the music it just ran together.
It was not good. Yeah,
it's just not catchy at all.
No. That's, I mean, it had like a very 80s feel to it at times. You're just like, what are these things?
Okay, I love 80s music. I couldn't get that.
No, but it had like that, like organ. I don't know how to explain it. It was not. That's what I'm saying. I feel like a lot of cocaine happened here.
Yeah.
And he would just like,
it's like
cats, fucking Jellicle.
It's like Brockmire.
Yeah. So we get to the dance. And as they're trying to pick some people, we get Taylor Swift, who finally comes in, and then she starts to like sing. So I guess she got paid for like 10 minutes of time. That was it, because that's all she's in.
Yeah, she's not in very much.
And then she pours catnip all over everybody. And I say cocaine because it's going up their noses.
Yeah.
It's pretty. Come on, it's so fucking evident. It's ridiculous. Now, but like it's like I wonder if all this was actually in the play itself, or is this just like something fun to like do?
I do know he wrote a couple extra songs for the movie, so I don't know. I've never seen it, so I have no clue what was put in.
He was a Gladstone.
Yeah. So I don't know what's added and what's not. Like I don't know which song was added. I think 1 or 2 songs were added for the movie.
Gotcha.
So I don't know if it's a character like that or anything. I have no clue.
So then McCavity, I don't know if that's his name or not. But that's what we're calling him. He steals Judi Dench, Deuteronomy. He also captures Ian McKellen's character, who was like old Gus, I think. Yeah. And so then you get
like takes him to a boat or something.
Oh, yeah, where like he has a friend hanging out there, or whatever. And like his whole plot is that if he can get rid of the other contestants in the contest, that
he'll be the
chosen one or something.
The Jellicle one.
But then he finds out that that's not how it works. And
we don't know how it works. Okay, it doesn't really say, like I
can't break down the songs. I don't know. And so the magic Mr. Mistopheles gets a song, and his magic finally begins to work, and he brings her back. And then you go outside, and then she sings Memories. And then she's allowed to come inside, and then Jennifer Hudson's character gets picked to be the Jellicle one or whatever. Yeah. Sorry, McKellen there, just like a little cat. Little kitty cat. Yeah, I don't know. They look super fucking creepy. Yeah. Okay. So her outfit it's a coat, but it matches her fur. Did she kill like her mom or something and just skin her? I mean, because like all this looks the same. It all looks so weird. So weird. And then basically you get this weird lion scene, which you can see like on the green screen here, where it lasts like 15 minutes, and then like her
you
character,
almost think like the movie's about to end. Like this is the final song, and then it's like Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. It's like it just kept going and going and going. You're like, where's it gonna end?
Also, so I wrote down some notes here. Why does Rebel Wilson have a cat suit on? Like what is up with that?
I have no clue. So why does she wait till the end of the movie to figure out? It's like, hey, I can just take this cat suit off and get out of these chains.
Rebel Wilson is a cat, and she has a cat suit on her cat self or whatever, and she takes it off, which reveals like a dress or something or whatever. Yeah. It's so fucking weird. I don't get it at all. It's fucking stupid. Yeah. And then like every new cat leads to a song. Yeah. I mean, I thought that Memories was the only good thing. Rebel Wilson had 8,000 cat puns or whatever. Yeah. It was just like too many. So I don't know if she was like improv them, like, and then like the guy was like, "Oh my god, it's great, it's great. Keep doing cat puns. It's amazing." So at the end of the day, I feel bad for everybody involved. I feel bad for the actors and actresses that had to be in this. I feel bad for us for having to watch it. I feel bad for the director. I feel bad for anybody who would see this.
I don't feel bad because like I mean, unless this is completely different. Oh, I mean, the plays or whatever, the musical has been out for years. It's not like,
you know what's funny though is
it's like one of the longest running.
I know, yeah. So I during when the trailer came out and everybody was like, "Oh, this is fucking terrible," whatever. A lot of theater people were saying that like most people in the theater don't really like it or whatever, and that they don't think it's very good. That just for some reason in the 90s it just fucking blew up. But like the music's never really been that loved. Yeah. And I now know why.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh my god. Because usually, like, I can go see a musical and like I'm not always into it or whatever, but at least the music is catchy most of the time, whatever, you know. I mean, like I'm sure that but Wicked is.
Wicked's got some great songs. Gravity. I mean, there's some really good songs in the story. But like this, I don't know. Like I feel like it's like if you went and saw like the Broadway play and stuff, and like people are like, "Hey, what you do tonight?" You'd be like, "Nothing. I didn't do anything." Like, you wouldn't tell me. Like I think it's like it's like if you want to see it and you saw it, you wouldn't tell anybody you saw it.
The last 5 minutes is a song about how to treat cats. They're like, "We're not dogs, we're cats. You need to call us by our names that we've earned." It's like, man, what is this? Oh my god! It's so. I guess he did a bunch of cocaine and he thought his cat talked to him, and then he was like, "Oh my god, I gotta write a cat musical. This is fucking brilliant. This is great."
Honestly, like I have 2 cats, and like I'm watching this. And like I'm so just irritated by the movie that like one of my cats loves to come and like cuddle with me, and like I was just throwing them off. I was like, "Get away from me! I don't want to be around cats anymore." You know, like the movie, like I don't know, just made me not like cats for a little bit.
Like, you know what? I fucking hate these cats. Actually, and speaking of cats, here recently, Pepe Le Pew got I don't think got canceled, but because like I feel like
they took him off.
Yeah, so he's not gonna be in Space Jam 2, and people lost their minds.
Honestly, like when I was a kid, like I watched Looney Tunes, and like those were some of the worst ones. Not even to me, like not because they weren't funny to me.
Okay.
It was the same gag every time. It was like, how can we trick this cat into getting his tail painted with a stripe, and then how do we get Pepe?
You know what though? Sometimes it was the girl actually that would try to like have sex with him instead. But like he would get his stripe lost or something or whatever, and then she would like try and bang him.
I mean, like, or it wasn't that. It was like it was an actual skunk at that point, and then like he was like, "Oh, I didn't want you. I don't want you." Like he was always French. I mean, he's French. So like, it's like you're canceled, but like because he's like a rapist or like whatever. But like you're also saying like all French people are rapists. I don't know what you're trying to say.
I don't know. Okay, so like I don't mind that he's not gonna be in Space Jam 2. I don't really care about that or whatever. The thing that annoys me,
I mean, I think he has like one quick scene in Space Jam 1 too.
Yeah,
like I think like at one point like they come at him and he just turns around
he pulls
and they get away
out or whatever. He's like,
well, they run away. They're like, oh, can't touch the ball. You got skunk juice on it.
Yeah.
That's skunk juice. Yeah.
Skunk juice. That's what he calls it. So, and this is coming on the heels of Dr. Seuss's books or something.
Yeah.
But that was like a choice by the publisher.
Yeah.
Which I mean, like those are pretty. I mean, like they're kind of bad.
I mean, I always thought like, I mean, I don't know why you couldn't, but like, I mean, you could keep the books, but just like just re-illustrate them, like just have new drawings. I don't know. Well, like I hadn't read the book, so I don't know. Like I heard it was some of the drawings were bad. Maybe some of the rhymes or something were bad.
There's a rhyme about like a Chinaman, or kind of basically, and then the picture is like a boy that has like chopsticks, and he's like running across the page. So it's very dated. Because if I had to guess, it's probably written in like the 50s or 60s or something. Yeah. So and then that's coming on the heels of Mr. Potato Head losing his Mister, right?
I actually think that's genius.
Why?
Because nobody freaking talks about Mr. Potato Head, but he's like, you know what? I'm going to get in the news, and it's going to be simple. We're going to take the Mister off, and now I don't people are buying
the actual toy. Thought to himself, you know what? I'm going to get in the news.
What is it? Play School or Hasbro, whoever owns Mr. Potato. But I mean,
I'm going to go get in the news.
I think it was genius because I mean, it's gotten so much people like talk about it so much, and all they didn't say like, oh, he's not a guy or girl, or they just said, we're just taking the Mister off. There is a potato head.
They should add a penis or a vagina, and then you get to pick, his like in gender and stuff, and like the
honestly, they should like just have the pieces for Mr. and Mrs. in the same box.
They've always had that though.
No, you bought a Mr. Potato Head or a Mrs. Potato Head. Yeah, I
mean, like I could have sworn that when Toy Story came out.
So even I mean, they even make jokes about it. Like he's a Mr. Potato Head, and he's like, "Ooh, I hope she gets a Mrs. Potato Head." And Mrs. like.
Yeah.
But I mean, like that way you can make any kind of thing you want.
Okay, so here is my.
Hold on, real quick. Also, Chase from Paw Patrol. I just kind of read.
Oh yeah.
So he didn't get canceled, but like they're like, you can't have no cop dogs. So he's now a spy. A couple of years ago, I just found out about this. I just found out about this. I was like,
during like the whole like,
I was like the name Chase. I was like. Got canceled, man.
Chase is getting nothing in this world. Yeah.
Exactly.
That happened during the George Floyd thing, I think, or whatever. Okay. So my only complaint is, for one, you can find offense in every character in the Looney Tunes. I mean, like they're all violent. They're all
stereotypes in some way.
They're all stereotypes. They, I mean, like Elmer Fudd kills animals.
I mean, does he?
Well, no, I'm saying, but all of them have their own tropes and stuff, right? So you could take offense with.
I mean, what's his name?
With
Yosemite Sam. I mean, that's
it's a caricature of the South and stuff, in the 1800s. It's like So I don't know. So like, there's a lot of stuff, right? My problem is I don't want us washing over history. Like the only way that we can continue to grow and look back and say we're better than that because we've learned from that or whatever. And instead it's like them trying to just like, take away bad things that happened like 80 years ago, whatever and stuff. And it's like,
So you're saying like, don't get rid of Pepe Le Pew, just change his character in a way. Like give him some other dude than like
I mean, like for one, like nobody cares about the fucking Looney Tunes anymore. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, I mean, so to me, it's like nobody was really mad about it. It's people that are like in their 50s and 60s and shit.
Don't even watch it.
Yeah. They don't even watch it.
But they're like, hey, don't cancel something.
I mean, just quit making that, whatever. You know what I'm saying, so it's like, it's same thing when people try to like, go back in time and erase certain parts in like history and stuff and say, oh, like, that didn't happen, like, and they burn books and shit and stuff, whatever. I think that you have to be able to look back at history and look at the Nazis and things like that to understand like how fucking terrible things were and like how far that we've come. I just don't like this idea that like, oh, like, no, there's some things in like, Dr. Seuss and let's just, I don't like acting as if those things don't like exist.
Well, say I do like, what Dr. Seuss and them did. They were like, hey, we're just not going to make the book anymore.
Yeah. Okay,
we're not going to stop people from selling used copies. We're keeping we're not like trying to gather them up and
true
stuff. They were like, they're out there. We're just not going to make those 5 books. Like we have 100 books, 100 or something.
No, I mean, like, it's like,
so like these 5 are just, we're
40
not
books or 60 books or something or whatever.
But still, it's like these 5 we're not going to do. And like, I mean, most people couldn't name 5 Dr. Seuss books. They'll probably say like, with Cat in the Hat, Sam I Am, maybe The Grinch Who Stole Christmas.
Great Eggs and Ham.
No, that's the other one. Yeah.
Horton Hears a Who.
I don't know that one.
You know that one?
Like I know there's a movie, but I don't really care.
Oh, it's got like the elephant and stuff, whatever, and then he gets like little the flower, and he hears it, and he thinks,
like I know. Okay, I know. I hadn't read that one. I know the Mulberry Street one, but I think that was one of the ones that got canceled.
I think it was. There's the one where they cut down all the trees and stuff, whatever. The
Snark or something. It's something.
The Lorax.
The Lorax, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I mean, but like it's funny too because they've tried to turn a number of these into movies, and only The Grinch works. Like,
no, I mean like Horton Hears a Who.
It was big. I don't know.
I mean, it's like a short cartoon. I'm sure, like if I could pop it up on here,
but I'm saying like I mean they've turned them into like full feature length movies and stuff. Some of them,
yeah.
And like I know Cat in the Hat was awful and bombed. Like in fact, like I think like he didn't even want to do the movie, but like he was. Yeah, obligated, contracts and stuff. But
yeah, I don't know. So I guess my point is that like I think that we need to be able to look back and see how awful Disney was and stuff, and I'm not saying push out those terrible cartoons, but don't act as if like it didn't happen, because like they were terrible, and like and it shows how awful time was. At that moment, I mean, it's the same people who like don't want certain like books read. Like a mom complained like 2 years ago about
people used to complain about Harry Potter and stuff.
Yeah. God, well, I can't think of it.
Scarlet Letter.
No. With like Atticus Finch.
50 Shades of Grey.
Yes. I can't think of the damn name. It's killing me now.
Atticus. Why do I know that?
He's a lawyer. Boo Bradbury.
Hold on, Atticus Finch.
Yeah,
he's a lawyer, Lincoln lawyer.
Lincoln Lawyer, yes, with Matthew McConaughey.
That's a good movie. I liked it.
No, it's the one.
Book's good too.
It's the one where it's about race and stuff.
Primal Fear.
Okay, it's super old.
Oh, it's an old book.
To Kill a Mockingbird. Jesus, I'm gonna look so fucking stupid right now.
Yeah,
so people wanted to cancel that. Because they thought that it was too intense and too stressful and stuff, and I'm like, God damn it! Like that's the point of the book, man. Is it's supposed to try to push you and stuff and show you like how bad things were. I just don't like this idea of this like this like George Orwell style like book burning where like we can't read old stuff and everything because it's a little like controversial or whatever and stuff. So I don't know. I just don't want us to forget how bad things were. Because we can't grow if we just erase things behind us, I guess, I don't know. So, but like besides that, I mean, like I don't give a shit about the fucking skunk. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about it.
Whatever.
Like that, and I wasn't as big into the Roadrunner cartoons because they were, the same. Both of those are just like, hey, here's the same episode.
My mom loved fucking Wile E. Coyote. Like it was him and like Daffy Duck were her like two favorite, and she liked Daffy Duck because she hated Bugs Bunny.
See, I like Bugs Bunny. Funny. Oh, I mean, the duck season, rabbit season's great.
But like Bugs always won. It sucked. It was just
of course.
He was like the Goku of the Looney Tunes. He's just like always wanted everything.
And then they would go to like the abominable snowman would catch him and be like, "I'm going to hug you and squeeze you and call you George."
I
love those episodes.
I always liked like Foghorn Leghorn.
I say. There's another stereotype. There's a
sit on you.
I'm surprised he ain't been canceled too.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's Jesus Christ. That's true.
That's awful.
I'm just kidding. I don't like Foghorn Leghorn at all. He's awful. I like Martian Manhunter. I don't know what's wrong with him. Are you excited for Space Jam 2, since we're talking about all this stuff?
Not really. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of the first one.
I am not. I don't think I can fly at all. I don't want to do that at all.
I think the first one's not very good at all either.
I mean, like I was a little too old. I don't know.
I was,
yeah, it was. It came out and like
they should cancel the movie because R. Kelly sings that song.
Yeah, what the?
Cancel Space Jam. The first one.
The new one's gonna have fucking like.
It's not like Michael Jordan's insane either. Okay,
it's gonna have fucking Chris Brown in the new one. Because I was in, I think, 7th grade when it came out, because it was around the same time as the Macarena, I think, whatever, right? And there was a kid in my class that wore like a Space Jam shirt, and I was like, "You're so fucking lame, dude. Space Jam sucks, bro. You're never gonna get laid, dude."
I do remember I did go see Michael Jordan play baseball though
at the Chick Stadium.
Chick Stadium, when he played for the Birmingham Barons.
I also went to watch him play, but I didn't watch him play because I didn't hear about baseball. I instead went underneath the bleachers where that they had like carnival games and stuff, whatever. And they were super dangerous.
Yes, they were.
I busted my lip open. So at first I got onto the like ladder thing.
Oh yeah. Which is always a mistake. Never do the ladder game. You can't win.
Yeah, that was like 10, dude.
Yeah.
But then they had the like really big boxing glove things, right?
Yeah, I did that actually that same time. Yeah.
So I was oh, this is gonna be a lot of fun, and I was fighting the kid in front of me. I hit him, and he tripped and fell, and it was something because it was only like a bouncy thing.
Yeah, it's like a moonwalk. Yeah.
So both of us fell over laughing, and he headbutted my lip, and it exploded open, and I was wearing a brand new Beavis and Butthead shirt.
I was hoping you were going to say a Space Jam shirt.
Yeah, Space Jam shirt. And it was like a frog baseball shirt. It's that old, right? So before it had gotten big and stuff, whatever. And I bled all over my shirt. I went back up there. My mom's like, "What the fuck happened to you? Got fucking murdered or whatever." Yeah, I just like in carnival games just were like not safe at all back in the day.
I did actually. I went with my brother, and like he's 5 years older than me, and one of his friends, and like me and his friend boxed. Now you got to think like he's 18 and I'm 13. And he's got these big gigantic gloves that are like just huge, and he's also like 6 foot, maybe.
Oh man!
So he's like taller. He's got reach.
He's got the reach on his.
So he just beat the crap
Tyson
out of him,
jab.
Pretty much. I was just like holding the gloves together, and then I would just lunge at them. That's all I was doing. Because like they started to get heavy after a while too, because they're so big and there's like metal inside.
And it's weird that the 16-year-old who was like running that didn't go, "Yeah, probably shouldn't put this 18-year-old adult against this child."
Yeah.
Whatever, bro. Go ahead and get on there. Guys, thank you so much for listening this week. So that was our You Pick It, We Watch It with CATS and Brockmire. Brockmire, I would definitely suggest. I think it's really funny. Hank Azaria is great in that. Amanda Peet is great in that. It's on Hulu. CATS, unless you are going to kill yourself.
Or, hey, bring like a bottle of liquor or something like that. And every time they say Jellicle, just drink. Jellicle. You'll pass out before the movie's end, and that's a good thing.
I would like to pose a question to Rachel at what we did to her just to make her force upon us.
She said she just watched it like the week before.
And wanted others to suffer?
I think so. I you know what? I kind of respect that. It's like, I can't be the only one who sees this. Someone else has to suffer.
You know what's funny? Okay,
that's how, like, honestly, that's how I felt when I saw the movie I recommended for the chair group. Like, I was like, I'm the only one who saw this awful movie, the Bavarium.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna spread it like the ring.
So next week we will do the We Pick It, We Watch It, which is Chase picked Hobbs and Shaw, which CATS makes a Best Picture nomination. So I messed up and I watched all the things that I liked first. So I watched Brockmire. I was like, man, this is really good. And then Allison Pick is The Crown, and I watched The Crown. I was like, okay, it's fine. It's not for me, whatever. And then today I watched Hobbs and Shaw, and I was like, this is not good. And then I watched CATS. I was like, Hobbs and Shaw is great.
Oh, the thing is,
I was hoping to watch more Hobbs and Shaw after watching the CATS.
I started Hobbs and Shaw. I haven't finished it yet, but like, you go into it, and you know it's a Fast and Furious movie, so like your expectations aren't high. This is not like I'm going to watch this CATS. It's a Tony winner.
Yeah,
like it's supposed to be
Lloyd
good.
Webber,
exactly.
Come on.
And then they're like,
he's like, no.
They just put you in some kitty litter and just scrape you, cover you up. so bad.
Yeah, so I have a lot of thoughts about Hobbs and Shaw. I wrote down like a whole paragraph of notes about it. So I was super sad because I really want to talk about that.
We'll get to it next week. We'll probably review some other things next week too, maybe.
There's
some stuff coming out.
Is
on Thursday, Snyder Cut Justice League.
Yeah, so
we might have to check that out.
Next
and then also
just a bunch of stuff.
Captain America or whatever, Falcon Winter Soldier premiere. So we'll check that out.
Also, I found something that I think we should do. So I was on Google Drive, and I found an old book that I was writing 10 years ago, and I was like, this is terrible. So I think we should do like a book reading. It's only like, I think like 2 chapters, 3 chapters or something or whatever, but like we have to like read that shit. It's
is it written like just stories? Is it written like a screenplay?
No,
I don't know if we're going to be playing characters here.
No. So it was it was a trilogy series that I was trying to put together about this old-timey gunslinger who dies in the Old West, and he sells his soul to one of the 3 main devils, and he becomes his personal like hellhound. And
sounds like Ghost Rider.
Yeah,
it's like I was reading a lot of Ghost Rider 10 years ago.
Yeah, and he basically he figures out that his dad is like a certain amount of like souls, right? Because like and it's more like souls are like a currency. And so he's nearing his end, and then he found out that through like a loophole he would like never be allowed to like leave, and so he like left his master, and now he's trying to find another way to like buy his way out of his contract, whatever and stuff. So it's this whole world of him dealing with like people who have sold their souls and stuff. Gotcha. And the characters have like certain powers and stuff, whatever. So I'm sure it's terrible.
We can check that out.
Yeah. So there's that, and so so next week probably Zack Snyder. I'm so glad it's almost over. I'm so tired of every day of my life seeing.
I hope you love it.
Seeing Zack Snyder's up for 9 Oscars next year. It's crazy. He claims it's the greatest movie of all time. Look, it's 40 minutes of new footage. Like
it's like 3 hours of new footage.
It's in 4 parts. It's
4 hours and something long.
It's so ridiculous. Yeah. So
that's longer than a first season of Brockmire.
Awesome. Yeah. So we will. So next week we'll be talking about if we like The Crown or in Hobbs and Shaw. So that'll be fun. I will suffer through Zack Snyder for all you people. And then we will also be talking about Falcon and Winter Soldier. And a quick shout out. Beyonce tied for she now has 27 Grammys, which ties her for the most all time. And she's so prolific that her daughter got a contact Grammy by just being around her, and also got a Grammy or whatever. So her daughter Blue Ivy becomes the second youngest person at the age of 9, I think, to have also won one. I think the person who won the youngest was like 8 or something or whatever. But
Shirley Temple won?
No doubt, man. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Until next time.
See ya.